heavy,
bored.
Well, Lowell is, I think that it demonstrates the divide though, right? That I think you're always talking about, and I talk about a little bit, where there's the academic versus kind of this more street or poet, for
Yeah.
lack of a better word. And O'Hare was the type who, yeah, the I do this, I do that formula, right? Where he was literally almost documenting his life, but dressing it up and making it quite funny, usually too.
Yeah.
Like Lana Turner's Collapsed is a hilarious poem.
Yeah.
But I think it does demonstrate this kind of Lowell is the type of guy, he's not somebody that people get into right away. He is
Uh-huh.
very hard. Like he's poetry, and I think this is why people either don't like it or reject it initially, is because poetry requires more of the reader than a lot of other art forms, right? It makes you dig a little bit. It makes you maybe look up stuff a little bit more. Like it just requires more participation from the reader than just reading it and enjoying it.
Mhm.
And Lowell is one that, this guy, Boston Brahmin, this guy went to Harvard. This guy has 2 Pulitzer Prizes. Like, of course he thinks O'Hare is shit. Like of course he's like this guy writing a fucking draft on a ferry and reading it at this fucking college with me and the how dare you kind of waste my time, kind of thing.
Yeah.
uh and then people romanticize his kind of mental illness and shit like that, but he was quite brilliant. But I think he put in a lot of work too. When you read about Lowell's stuff, he has very complex rhyme schemes, and he didn't just write those, like O'Hare does on a ferry. He spent years, mastering, editing out the rhyme schemes and things like that.
Was he
inner resources, American resources.
Being bored,
some activities are intentional, right?
it shows such a lack of gratitude for life. Bored. I aspire to boredom, I should say.
Bored, heavy,
I am heavy.
Bored.
Has you the night sweats and the day sweats, pal? Pal, I do.